What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about some nerd talk. So, I saw this movie last Thursday, Deadpool and Wolverine. This movie did not let me down at all. I enjoyed every single thing about this movie. I laughed, I cried. It became a part of me. Like, I enjoyed everything about this movie. But I don't want to, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's saying a lot of the same stuff. But I want to talk about one thing in particular about Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds. The reason why Deadpool is so successful, it's not just because they brought Hugh Jackman in. That was big. That added to it. It's the fact that Ryan Reynolds, definitely in the directors or whatever, they care about what they're putting out pertaining to the fans. Like, spoilers alert if you haven't seen it, but when they doing stuff like, you know, Gambit, Blade, Elektra, bringing them back, well, Elektra, but first time seeing Gambit, which Gambit probably stole the show, a little bit of scenes he was in. I'm glad they never did the Gambit film. I'm a huge Gambit fan, as you may not know. I'm a huge Gambit fan. He's like my favorite Marvel character, period. I'm glad they didn't do it, but I know now with the popularity from this, they probably gonna end up doing it, and they probably gonna make it like a comedy. I can just see them doing that if they're gonna do it. I don't want to see my boy Gambit as no damn joke. But I can't lie, Channing Tatum did the damn thing and it was hilarious, and I would definitely watch it. I'm not going to sit here and say I wouldn't watch it, because I would. But back to what I was saying. It's the fact that you can tell Ryan Reynolds cares about the product they're putting out, and it's not just, like I said, it's not to make other people outside happy. It's making the fans happy, because what Hollywood and what Marvel seems to have forgotten, you make the fans happy first. If you can get other people on board, that's great, but the fans are going to be the ones in the box office that's going to make your movie popular. So let me give you a perfect example. So with the new the new Fantastic Four coming out, you know, Silver Surfer is now a female. Last I heard, unless they changed it. So the diehard fans want Norman Rad. We don't want. That's the Silver Surfer we think of. Majority of us, and that's who we want to see on the film. Somewhere somebody say, "Hey, let's make it a female Silver Surfer," to appease maybe a handful of people over here, while pissing off the fans you got over here. But we're gonna appease these one or two fans over here. Let's piss off everybody else. That doesn't make any sense. Stop trying to appease for this small demographic of people over here. Who I don't give a damn about the regular people. It is about the fans, because the fans are going to fuel your product. That's one of the reasons why Star Wars been having so many issues. A prime example of when the fans are right is Five Nights at Freddy's. I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. To me, it was okay. I really wasn't excited about it. It was, to me. My son, who knows all the lore and all that stuff, he said it was the greatest movie. Like, he loved it, because they made that movie for the fans. They were like, damn you people who don't like it, either you're gonna like it or not. But the fans, and the movie was what? It was a success. Marvel has to get back on making the movies that we want to see, which are the characters from the comic books that we grew up reading, or the animation we grew up watching. Not just Marvel, DC, anybody. That's when it comes to the gender swaps and the race swapping, that's where people have issues with. Some characters, it's not really that serious. It doesn't really matter with some characters. But some characters just can't be touched. Or if you take a mainstream character and make them gay, you don't have to make them gay. Just create a new character that is gay, and then you have a new character. Don't take a well-established character and just change them for the sake of changing them, but it doesn't make sense. That's what pisses the fans off. Just like don't race swap a character or gender swap a character just to appease that small amount of people. If they brought out a Black Panther movie and Storm was white, people who say it doesn't matter, tell me that shit wouldn't matter. Please tell me that wouldn't matter. We would riot in the streets if Scarlett Johansson was Storm. So let's not act like it doesn't matter for certain characters. Even if people have the whole problem with Sam Wilson being Captain America, but at least it is how it was in the comic books. He was black, Falcon was black, Cap is white. But let's say the first Captain America that came out, let's say The Rock played him or something. What? That would make no sense. The Rock is hot right now. Let's make him be Captain America. No, we've been through that a long time ago with Street Fighter, and they had my boy Jean-Claude being Guile. That made no damn sense whatsoever. So that's why I love everything that they do with Deadpool, because like when they had the clips of the different Wolverines from Old Man Logan, the Age of Apocalypse version of Logan, I almost lost my shit because Age of Apocalypse is one of my favorite storylines. Like stuff like that, the Easter eggs that was all over the film, it just shows they care. Marvel used to be like this when they first started, before they were trying to appease this small little group over here. Marvel was all about giving you the product that we want to see. Robert Downey Jr. being Iron Man was one of the best casting, because Robert Downey Jr. was a lot like Tony Stark, especially on his wild party days, so it fit perfectly. Chris Evans was a shock because people didn't really know how people were going to take Chris Evans being Cap, but look how it worked. Like, you almost can break down every character that they put out in the first couple of phases and how they all fit. Now, they're just doing shit. Like, you didn't need to make the Silver Surfer a female. Like, I don't know if they're going to go back and retcon that. I'm pretty sure they probably can at this point in time. I know they're already filming. I don't know if they finished filming. I think they still are currently filming. And then it's not even connected to the comic book at all. So some people are like, oh, everything ain't gotta be connected to the comic book. It does for the mainstream fans. It really does, because the people who don't know are just going to see a movie, and they're not gonna really care that much. But the fans are going to be the ones. They're the ones who built Marvel. We fans are the ones who built you guys up through phase 1 and phase 2. And that's why when these other last phase, which people really didn't like as much, that's why they didn't like it, because of some of the things you guys were doing. Like, what more can we say to make you guys say that? And that's just Marvel. That's Star Wars. That's anything. Like real off topic. They made a movie, Jim and the Holograms, that was based on the animated cartoon Jim and the Holograms. It was nothing like the animated cartoon of Jim and the Holograms. So you think these regular girls who are young are supposed to watch this and like it? No, the moment you put Jim and the Holograms on it, you needed to make it like the cartoon. Fall Guy movie that didn't do well. Did it have to be exactly like the Lee Majors TV show? No, but you should have called it something else. Because the moment you called it Fall Guy, you put yourself in that box. So stop calling stuff classic stuff if you know it's not going to fit. Look at the Snake Eyes movie. Don't even get me started on that. But Hollywood always makes these mistakes by doing that. Ryan Reynolds and his team works very hard on making Deadpool, like, for the fans. I really personally, and I could be wrong, you could disagree, but I really feel like a movie like Deadpool is for us fans. Because my wife go see Deadpool, she not going to know who Cassandra Nova is. She not going to know, she might not even recognize half of the people that was recasted to play extras. But like us diehard people, we like, ooh, 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 ooh. That's what it's about, and that's the energy we need back. So Ryan Reynolds, if some magical way you would ever to see this, as a fan myself, I say thank you and your team for putting out an amazing movie. I could talk about it all day, but everybody's already talked about it. Everybody broken down Easter eggs, la 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 la. So ain't nothing for me to say that you guys haven't already seen. But the movie itself was made for the fans, and I hope we see more of that with Marvel. Only time will tell with the things we got coming up. It's your boy LP. Peace.